Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at KuCoin again and just kind of see what's going on there, of course. And we're not going to look at Bitcoin because I'm going to make a separate video a little bit later today once we have the one-day candlestick close, or at least a lot closer to that, so we get a little bit more understanding. Because the US market's still open, things could go weird here today with the news, etc., CPI data, inflation, all that stuff. So just bear in mind that is influencing the increase here from Crow, which is all well and good, but just note that we may not continue to progress upwards if Bitcoin sells off closer to 40,000, 37.5. There's still a lot of potential scenarios out there. So I would just recommend proceeding with caution in general. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so if you are new to the channel, I love teaching people how to trade, and my goal is to help you learn a thing or two here today, right? So if you can learn something walking away from this video, I hopefully have done my job. I've got more detailed, in-depth trading academy rolling out month end. I've also got a trading community I've had for quite a few months, and we're over 400 members, still growing and holding strong. So awesome experience there. Check that out. I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and it's really cool. Checking out here with Crow, we're above and below both moving averages. We don't need to worry about that just yet. We are underneath 50 on the RSI though, notoriously not a great sign, but it's not bad either, okay? Just note that probably right around the range of 52, 53 cents is that resistance level for the RSI. So we just kind of got to be patient and wait to see that the price continues to progress back up. Once again, pending Bitcoin doesn't do anything stupid, we should see KuCoin slowly progress upwards. In fact, it did very well back here when Bitcoin actually had higher highs and higher lows. It was establishing itself. We do have tentative higher highs and higher lows in Bitcoin in the small term, basically the micro. So we are seeing a recovery from Crow here as well. Also note, we are at an 8, or we were previously at an 8 on TD sequential, showing us that we are almost exhausted. So the likelihood of it going down much lower was pretty low. So we got this nice reset. We're up to a 2. So we could expect another 7 to 10 days worth of bullish continuation to the upside, right? So that's kind of what that's telling us. But all in all, I would say the macro is kind of fair to middling right now. We're not completely out of the woods yet. We're still in decent shape, but we're not in great shape. Okay, so take a look here. You can see this resistance level kind of holding strong so far. It might be a tentative support, but it's a little too early to tell. You can see the price came up and came back down. Very much the same scenario for Bitcoin. Bitcoin passed 43,000, came down, it's testing 43,000, building that base. So Crow's doing the same thing as well, just in a different number essentially. But we are up over. We're seeing a lot of midterms as well, looking very good for other coins, but we're up over 50 and under 70 on the RSI, which is great. It shows we still have continuation potential to the upside. We had a MACD convergence a few days ago, and that's pretty standard, par for the course. But ultimately right now, the 4-hour isn't really telling us too much, except that we're passing the 50-day SMA potentially. So we can get the price to hold its support at 48 cents, then we should be able to see a continuation of the upside and have nice, healthy, higher highs and higher lows. But again, still a little too early to tell right now for the moment. The Ichimoku cloud, if we take a look at the 1 hour, is telling us we still have an open position. So if you have a position open right now from Crow, you just hold it open and leave it open. That's basically what it's telling us. We don't necessarily have to sell or do anything of that sort, but just know the conversion line's above the baseline, we're over the cloud, and lagging span is free and clear of any price action. This is very, very much the same scenario for most altcoins right now, okay? And the reason why is because Bitcoin's exuding the same behavior. So again, just to drive that home, Bitcoin is behaving well right now, so a lot of altcoins are following suit. Just be mindful, with altcoins being 2 to 3x in some cases, Crow I think is about 1.5x. If Bitcoin sells off 2 or 3% today, we should expect a 6 to 12% correction from altcoins too. Just be mindful that that is a possibility, because Bitcoin is still figuring itself out today with a lot of the news, a lot of stuff going on, and we need to respect that, okay? So I just hope that you can kind of understand that. So the best recommendation for this situation here with Crow, and a lot of other coins too, by the way, is just a dollar cost average, but don't put everything you have into either Crow or a lot of other coins right now. So just say you have $1,000 in Tether, maybe spend 500 or less of that on altcoins by dollar cost averaging, okay? Because a lot of altcoins are on sale right now. They have been for some time. But don't take your whole entire portfolio or just that extra 500 or 1,000, whatever you have available in Tether or whatnot, and put it into everything. Don't zero out your account because you want to maximize your gains, right? That's a very common beginner mistake. Advanced or intermediate users will have money set aside at all times to ensure that they are ready to buy the next dip, because next dips will always happen, okay? So just be ready for that. That's all I can say. because we could see a nice green week here from Bitcoin. We could see the remainder of the week looking very good, but whales are going to take their profits at one point or another, and Bitcoin is showing some signs of being a little bit on the overextended side right now. And with all the news and everything kind of looming, I think it's best to ensure you have something available for the next dip if we do, trend back down to 40,500 or, heaven forbid, 37.5, the next key level support for Bitcoin. We could very well be there in a couple of days. You never truly know. All right, so just trying to shoot you straight. I'm not going to tell you that KuCoin is going to go parabolic and to the moon today, because I think that's complete nonsense. If anyone tells you that, they're full of crap, because they don't know a damn thing. The key here is to understand that you need to just see a slow progression, a nice, healthy push to the upside. We could see another one of these here in the near future from KuCoin. It's very possible, but it's going to top out at one point. And Crow has a good history of kind of heading up to a specific point, consolidating, and then ramping up again. Okay. But the key takeaway here is it's very synonymous with Bitcoin because of the simple fact that it ramped up too high in a short amount of time. Even though this was healthy, it was still unhealthy in the sense that there was so much volume at these higher price points that we're in a position now where we're under some key level resistances. And let me go ahead and explain that just really quick. You can see a strong resistance at about 56 cents because we had the largest amount of volume accumulation at that point. So if KuCoin were to come up, by the way, it'll likely get rejected out. It'll get rejected out here and probably consolidate around 53 and then continue upwards after it's built a better base. But the volume profile is telling us that we're in a position where we should expect some resistance if the price were to continue a little bit higher. Okay. Again, we'll bridge that gap when we get there. I mean, ultimately, I'm not trying to concern you. I just want you to know that we're not completely out of the woods yet because Bitcoin isn't either. Until Bitcoin's over 46,000, we really have no reason to celebrate just yet, because that is the key level resistance we need to consolidate above and close the 1-day candlestick first. Okay, I hope I drove that home. I do that on every single video. I apologize, I probably sound like a broken record, but I like to drive that home because that's just a foundation of being a good trader, is understanding A, what Bitcoin's doing, and being realistic too. There's no reason to want any coin to go parabolic. I don't care if you have good stop losses and good profit targets in place. That's not best practice. That's gambling, and you don't have good risk tolerance if you're doing that. Anyways, I cover all that stuff in my trading academy. I'm rolling out with that month end. My trading community, of course, will help keep you centered. So be sure to check that out in your own time. And I hope that you learned, again, a thing or two here today. We'll see you in the next video. I'll cover Crow again soon. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks again. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.